turn YouTube on. Sorry for everyone over in YouTube. Welcome in. We got talking about Germany over on Twitch, and I forgot to flip the button. It happens. But anyway, we do need to start on our wonderful Sims. Let me get that up and running, get the game going, and we will start our first focus session. For those of you who are new, first focus session is 20 minutes long, and actually all focus sessions are 20 minutes long. This is a Work With Me live stream, so we do 20 minutes of focus, followed by approximately 15 minutes worth of break, where we, get a drink, chat about whatever we feel like chatting about. So far, it's Germany and doner kebabs. Opting, you think they're making fun of my hair? You think they're making fun of my hair and glasses and not my advanced age? I mean, you never know. You never know. Jeeves, you really should be. But obviously, you're being good people and not making fun of me when I can't understand you. See, Jeeves, you're just really nice. You're a very nice person. Or are you? I can't resist. You know what I'm like. Okay. We have our Work With Me household. You'll notice that out of the 7 people that live in this household, only 1 is alive. The rest are ghosts. We are trying to get them to the point where they can, be born, be rebirthed, but it might take a while. Opting, isn't there a British sitcom about a haunted house? Possibly. There's loads of different shows about haunted houses and movies. Jeebs, you just like to make fun of me and see me react. That'd be so hard without me knowing what you're saying. That is very true. That is definitely true. Augie, the British sitcom is called Ghosts. Opted, you couldn't remember what they called the show with all the ghosts in it. I like it. Augie, there's a US version as well as a UK version. Wait, seriously, of ghosts? Which one do you think is better, the UK or the US version? Right, let's follow. Actually, Opting was technically first, so let's follow Opting around for our first focus session. Astounded, the fun thing about knowing Norwegian is that you automatically unlock the understanding of Swedish and Danish too. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense because they're related languages, aren't they? Augie, honestly, you prefer the US version. Wow, Iwoki, you were first. The shade. No, you're just kidding. But Iwoki, you don't have a sim in the household. So I can't follow you around. Asana, time to make the coffee. Nice. Coffee is a good idea, but I'm on Pepsi right now, so I've had my cup of coffee for the day. Oh, my cafeteria full of coffee. Although an iced coffee sounds really good right now. I might have to make that after the afternoon stream. Nice iced coffee. Augie, you never left. You were just slow pressing the button. Opting beat you to it. It's fine. Right then, my friends, let's get our first session done. Exclamation mark timer. 20 minutes on the clock. Jeeves, that reminds you, Iwoki, remember the sim that for the murder? You mean Work With Me? What happened to Ewok? What happened to the What happened to your Sims, Jeeves? What happened to them? Augie, Optin and you are the same person. This is very true. Yes. I love how you both typed the same thing out. That's hilarious. All right. Let's go. Let's do the thing. And I'll mute my microphone, turn up the music, and we'll follow Optin around for a bit while we get stuff done. Let's go.
kicked you for no reason. Gather up your pieces, still you hold your ground. Hey, little dandelion, born to burn and quiet. Hey, little dandelion, kicked along the blacktop, trying to pop your head up, still you're around. Hey, little dandelion, just another outcast, the blast in gym class, always getting pushed around. Hey, little dandelion, count it out, but up all night. We picked out, left on your roll. Took every hit until it hardened your soul. The world held its breath and started to weep. Something inside you awoke from its sleep. A little liar in denial. I'm going nowhere. I caught bleeding on the back road. No one's needed until they find it. Hey, little dandelion, through the cracks in the sidewalk, growing in silence, wearing your yellow crown. Hey, little dandelion, they kicked you for no reason. Gather up your pieces, still you hold your ground. Hey, little dandelion, born to burn and quiet. Thought it'd be golden, crossing the line and don't look back. Think I was broken, I needed some time to clear my head. 'Cause I've made all the mistakes and I've dealt with the heartbreaks, but I think that I found my way. 'Cause I've been sinking like a stone, Carolina, take me home. Nothing's ever really broken, I won't let you go. 'Cause I'm finding my way right back to you. I'll find my way back to you. I see a river floating its way out to the sea. I can remember carving our names onto that tree. And I just wanna see you, 'cause you will never know just how much I've been missing home. 'Cause I've been sinking like a stone, Carolina, take me home. Nothing's ever really broken, I won't let you go. 'Cause I'm finding my way right back to you. Yeah, I'll find my way back to you. I think that I'm finding my way right back to you. Yeah, I think that I'm finding my way. Thought it'd be golden, crossing the line and don't look back. But I've been sinking like a stone, Carolina, take me home. Nothing's ever really broken, and I won't let you go. 'Cause I'm finding my way right back to.
All right, my friends, that is our first focus session done for this afternoon. I nearly said second, but we haven't been live long enough for that for us to have gone through two focus sessions. But catching up with chat, Augie, I hope you have a safe trip, and I hope everyone had a good day at school. Astana, good luck with your grammar exam, and Iwoki, good luck on creating your sim for Jeeves. Also, there is a pigeon outside. It is from my office window. I can see a few large evergreen trees. All right, and a pigeon just flew, like full tilt, flew into one of the evergreen trees. The pigeon's okay. It just literally flew right, like literally into the tree. Not like it didn't hit the tree. It just literally flew full speed into the tree. It made the tree wobble like you wouldn't believe, just back and forth. And I think he might have a nest in that tree. Which is weird because I did not know that pigeons made nests in evergreen trees. I had no idea that they did that. So there you go. Astana, it's a good thing that the exam isn't a 4-hour one, but a deadline one. Oh, so is it like one of those exams where you do it in your own time? And as long as you have it done by a specific time or a specific date, then you're good. That's pretty good, because at least then you can, like, it is, yeah. Because yeah, that's really cool, because then you can work on it in your own time, which is really nice. And I do wish that more exams were like that, because I know like a lot of people get brain fuzz or brain fog when they concentrate on one thing for too long. That's my problem. I cannot concentrate on one task for like longer than 20 or 30 minutes. I'm like that whether it's a video game or an actual, a thing that I need to do, video editing, anything like that. I find it really difficult to concentrate. So being able to concentrate for a little while, then put the exam down, go off, do something else, and then come back in like 15, 20 minutes, that's absolutely perfect. It's done. If you work too long on a task, you suddenly start thinking about other things. Same. I just cannot focus that long on one particular thing, unless there are a few things where I will be able to like focus purely on one thing, but it's very far and few between, and I have to be in just the right headspace for it as well. Like, for example, there are some video games where I can concentrate on that video game for like 2 or 3 hours. But those, one, I have to be in a specific mindset in order to do that. And two, those video games are usually ones that contain lots of different things for me to do. So I'm not, while I'm still concentrating on just that one video game, I'm actually concentrating on multiple things in that video game like I would a task in real life, if that makes sense. Where I do a task, I go away, for like 20, 30 minutes, and then I go do something else for 20, 30 minutes, and then I come back to the original task. Um, so, really, the video games that I am ultra focused on are a lot like how I work in real life. So, yeah, there you go. Okay, there's one thing that I want to talk about. One more bit of gaming news, my friends. Let me pause opting dancing there. as you do, there we go. We got the wonderful opting there, just frozen mid dance, dad dance. You gotta love it. So let me drop out of The Sims 4 there and go into Paralives. The Paralives devs have released what they did last month. If I can scroll all the way down. So what they got up to in April and what they are planning on doing between now and early access release on the 25th of May, which is pretty cool. So in April, they worked on trailers to promote the early access release of Paralives. They polished various corners of the town. They fixed a few more bugs and tested the final build to be released on Steam. They also made some performance optimizations. They shared a look at town events as well. Let me pause the music there because there's a few links here to take a look at. So they shared a look at town events, which is right here. So let's take a quick look at that. So this is the new paper where different things happen on different days in the town. And this is just really cool, that you can have an astronomy club that meets up, on certain days of the week. And here you go. There's a free yoga class that happens again during various parts of the week, and it feels alive as well because they're not full. All the spots there aren't full, but there are paras there that just show up autonomously, which is really cool, and I like it. And they got a weekly treasure hunt as well, with treasure chests that you can find. And I like that it's like just weekly, you know? It isn't every day that these respawn. It's just specific times during specific days during the week. And you know, you've got the outdoor space here, you know, the stalls. You got yourself a little fitness gym that's outdoors during this time of the week. And other things, you know, loads of different stalls to take a look at. Really, really cool. So they showed this video off. Seriously, the amount of things that they've added to the game since last year is amazing. You got your oddities stall there with weird things for sale. Clothing stall on the outdoor market. I love that dress there, by the way. That's really pretty. So they also shared an overview of how the museum works. And the museum, the way it works is you find different collectibles throughout town. It's kind of like the Animal Crossing Museum. So you find all the different collectibles around the town. Can be, you know, things like mushrooms or buried chests that will contain something. Gemstones like amethyst. You can find all sorts of different things. And you can either use it to decorate your own home or make a donation to the museum, which gives you rewards. And you can see there, one of the rewards looked like a trophy. The other one was they gave you some money. Really, really cool. It says the more you donate, the more the museum comes to life. So again, very much Animal Crossing, you know? But absolutely love that it gives you a reason to collect things. They shared a video in April of new animations that they've added to the game. So here's some animations: throwing a coin in the wishing well, digging with shovels, digging with your bare hands, contemplating art, Ewoki, you love her boots. They're really cool, aren't they? A lot of people, some people are like, I don't like the art style of the game, but I absolutely love it. They've done a really good job. We've got, yeah, there's an animation for reading the newspaper. Who is Mustache Man? I like that. That's funny. Animation for getting a snack from the vending machine. Hungry and away from home? Vending machines are for you. You gotta love it. And all of these animations look so real as well. Here's a leisurely walk from an NPC. Then we've got yoga poses. Again, these look realistic, you know? And I love that especially with the yoga pose there, the group animations, they're not all doing it at the exact same time. With The Sims, you do yoga poses. For example, you have a class of like four Sims doing yoga. They do the same animations at the exact same time. And it doesn't look, it looks weird. They all start with the exact same animation, they all stop the same way. This is staggered, which is really nice touch. Really, really nice touch. Iwoki, you love the art style. It's almost like a comic book. Yeah, very almost cell shaded. Yeah, it's really nice. You don't know how to describe it, but it's so satisfying. And it's not, it's cartoony, but it's not over the top cartoony, I think. It's my brain keeps wanting to say it's like a more mature animation, form of cartoony style, if that makes sense. But that's the only way that my brain can formulate what I'm trying to come up, what I'm trying to say. So they also shared a short video showcasing the sounds of Paralives, and this is absolutely beautiful. Just all the different little sounds that they've added into the game. From exercising to interacting with kids, TV in the background, video game, just all sorts of little sounds that really bring a game to life like that. Absolutely love it. Then there's more walk animations that they shared. So we got a child's walking style, a more a walking style for pregnant paras, elder, energetic. And the devs did say about these different walks, they wanted, to make sure that you knew that you could tell what emotions each person was feeling. But they didn't want it exaggerated or, too over the top. And they've done a really good job on these. There was some fan feedback about how they can make it a little bit better, different things that they could add, like with the pregnant woman. Normally a pregnant person would not have their hand on the top of the belly. They'd be holding it more like near the bottom. Or if they did have their hand on the top, it would be because the baby was kicking, or because the baby's foot was in the ribs. But most of the time, like when a pregnant woman, or a pregnant person, especially like late in the pregnancy, they're holding the bottom of the belly, or near the bottom, because of how uncomfortable they are. Not because they're feeling the baby kick, because a pregnant person can feel the baby kick. You don't need to put your hand on your belly when you're pregnant to feel that. Trust me. Um, I may have carried three kids, so you know. But yeah, they players have, or future players, fans have given them a few suggestions, and I think they've taken some of them on board. But we'll have to wait until the game releases before we see that. So the next one, they shared an FAQ video about Paralives release. This is frequently asked questions. Subject to Steam's regional pricing. You can see some examples. So they say here that the price will be $39.99 in US. So about $33.50 for us here in the UK. about 39 euros if you're in mainland Europe. Swiss francs, about 44 and a half. About 1,300 Russian rubles. The Polish zloty is 147.99, and Brazilian reals is 107.99.
Examples of regional pricing on the screen.
And then they go on there with
Person asks,
Mexico, Canada, and so on. So here we go. Canadian dollars, so 50 Canadian dollars, 409.99 in pesos, 58 and a half Australian dollars, and about 57 New Zealand dollars. So there you go. That is the full, not the full price list, but that gives you some pretty good ideas.
The next person asks, should I buy this game in early access? Great question. So the thing with early access is that you have to be ready to encounter some bugs. It's part of the process. If you're willing to help us out on bug reporting and you're okay with the fact that all of the content might not be there just yet, go ahead and buy the game in early access. If not, you can totally wait later down the line when we've added a little bit more to the game. Someone asks, will it be available on Mac? Yes.
So yeah, she just someone asked about, do you join, should I buy Paralives for early access, and she's like, only if you want to help us fix bugs and you don't care that it's not a full version of the game yet. It's early access, my friends. When Paralives releases in just a couple of weeks, it's gonna be bare bones. It will improve during, I think they're planning on it being in early access for about 2 years before full release. So yeah, it's gonna be bare bones. There's gonna be bugs. There's gonna be tons of glitches. So yeah, just be aware. Be aware.
It'll be available.
It is available on
Mac
Mac, by the way.
Someone asks if it will ever be available on console in the future. So, not planned for now, but it would be a super cool idea that we'd like to explore later down the line when we have a little bit more time and resources.
Yeah, console release is, they're not planning on releasing on console, but after full release, if the opportunity presents itself, they might consider it. We'll have to wait and see how that goes.
The next person asks, will it have a Brazilian Portuguese translation? Yes, it will. Upon early access, we will have the game translated into 8 languages, being English.
Okay, so they are going to have the game. I don't know if you all can hear what she's saying, so I'm just repeating what she's saying here. The game is going to be available in 8 different languages when it releases for early access. So there you go. English, French, Italian, German, Polish, Brazilian Portuguese, Latin American Spanish, and simplified Chinese, which is pretty freaking awesome. Jeeves, as Sims players, we're used to bugs and glitches, except we have a full product. Yeah, exactly.
French, Italian, German, Polish, Brazilian Portuguese.
Completely agree with you there, Jeeves.
Spanish, and simplified Chinese. And finally, the last question, are the devs still doing okay? Let's go check. Are you okay?
I like that. Let's go check. Hi, Dev, are you okay? You have to wonder, I cannot remember this developer's name. I'm horrible with names. But you have to wonder, did they actually warn them that they were going to be doing that? Because their face was like, huh? Gotta love it. It's so cute. So they did that, and then finally they released a list of features of what will be available and will not be available on early access the 25th of May, 2026. So on the 25th of May, if you were to buy Paralives immediately when it's released, this is what you can expect. You can expect... I absolutely hate that it's like you must log in. Okay, it's fine. So you can expect in early access um an open world town, rabbit hole work. Uh, your para will go to work, but it'll be a rabbit hole, and career progression, personality traits, emotions, needs, wants, and skills, relationship development, aging, and there'll be aging and death. Your parents will be able to have kids. Character autonomy, doing things as a group. Shops, restaurants, and museums will be working. There'll be a cooking system. There'll be bills. There'll be house fires. Um, you can also expect a color wheel for everything in the game. Flexible wall placement tools, including curved walls and walls at any angle. Optional grid for wall placement if you want a grid. Split level platforms. Building multiple floors. Moving existing walls. Object resizing. And there's one more thing there, but I can't read it because Twitter won't let me, or X won't let me access the image. There's also, so that is everything, not everything, but that's most things that are going to be in the game from day one of early access. Later on down the road, as early access progresses, they're planning on adding weather and seasons, a calendar and a family tree, pets, including dogs, cats, and horses, cars, bikes, boats, and houseboats. And they're all going to work, by the way. Swimming, story progression for NPCs, gardening and fishing, organizing social events such as parties and weddings, different tools to edit and create your own towns, advanced roofing tools, advanced stair tools, placing windows and doors on curved walls. So in early access, at first, you won't be able to place windows and doors on curved walls, but later on, you will be able to do so, which is awesome. They're also going to be adding basement tools, pools, more furniture, and objects as early access progresses. Also, the ability to create pets, editing the genetics of a para with advanced tools, and they're going to be adding loads more clothing items, hairstyles, and accessories and furniture as development proceeds over the next 2 years. So, yeah, this game is, by the time it gets out of early access, the base game is going to be larger than and include more things in it than the Sims 4 base game did. I'm just saying, okay? I'm just saying. So what are they currently working on? Between now and the 25th of May, they are, of course, preparing for the early access release, fixing a few more bugs and testing the final build to be released on Steam, creating launch trailers to get hype up, and it wouldn't surprise me if they are putting in a few little surprises in there as well, because they usually do. So, my friends, that is it for the Paralives. I am so excited. It releases, today is the 11th. It releases in exactly 2 weeks from now. So, May the 25th. Cannot wait for it. I am tempted to say, to be like, no live streams for that week, so I can just do nothing but play Paralives. or say, right, instead of the Work With Me live stream, we're just gonna play Paralives for all 4 days of the live stream for that week. What would you all say to that? Ewoki? No, live stream but play it at the same time. So you agree with my second thing. Instead of saying, right, no live stream, just say, right, we're not going to do normal live streams. I'm just going to play Paralives. No one's going to get work done because Mir's playing Paralives all week. Yes to the second option. I love it. I will definitely live stream Paralives when it comes out in early access. 100%. I will do the second option. How's that sound? I will do the second option. All right, my friends, let us get back to work, shall we? Where is the thing? There we go. Opting no Paralives live streams. Parachute. Opting. That is. How long did it take you to come up with that opting? How long? Right, my friends. 20 minutes on the clock. 15-minute break. Let's go. I'll catch up with you all in 20 minutes.
Picture perfect to make you happy. I'll be dancing, center of attention, a vision of the woman that you wanted me to be. When I get pretty, then you want me. I'll be picture perfect to make you happy, and I'll be dancing, center of attention, vision of the woman that you wanted me to be. When I get pretty.
Show them folks what happened when you relentless and your actions start to match the path of what you intended. Put the time in to perfect the craft, I'm the truest in it. Ain't a doubt about it either. When it's in, you better own it. I'ma shout it out the speakers from a small city where not many make it out the gate. I put my all in it to leave no debate on if I'm great. Plenty folks who got opinions that'll never know the stakes. When you solo every battle and your soul ain't got the faith. I'ma pray, I'm a hero, but I'm Clark without the cape. Put it on, I'm about to fly when I'm almost about to break. Understand you hold a trial and the triumph in your hand. What's the plan? You can't just take what they give you. You a man, you was chose. This life can get darker before it glows, but we shining and it shows through the flows and the prose that I speak. That's why you can find me at the peak. I get the climbing just when it's looking steep. When my feet dragging in place, I'ma still keep it moving, holding the pace. Feel the drive I can't ever replace. This the life I chose, and my hands still holding the wheel that I never know that it take. When the sight of the sun bring a smile, early morn make it work all the while. That the evening brings for the nighttime rings, and the moonlight sings this sound. I'm a soldier in this, I was molded for this. Built and bred by the days, I could never forget. It was bound to exist. Shape this land with my own hands, so pay what I'm worth. Give my respect to the grind, I'll never short on the work. If I be blessed to see old age, I'll smile at the dirt. Knowing I own what is grown to pass it all down to my first. If you let some inside you die, then I'm here to rebirth. Never lose your purpose on this earth. When my feet dragging in place, I'ma still keep it moving, holding the pace. Feel a drive I can't ever replace. This the life I chose, and my hands still holding the wheel that I never know that it take. When the sight of the sun brings a smile, early morn make it work all the while. That the evening brings for the nighttime rings, and the moonlight sings this sound.
depths of silence where echoes remain. You were the sunrise, and I was the rain. A collision of souls, opposing in flight. I was the darkness, you yearned for the light. Now you're gone, and I'm losing my mind, losing my mind, I'm losing my mind. Now you're gone. Why did you cut me up, ring me out, and leave me high and dry? You were the laughter that kept me alive. You were hello, and I was goodbye. An ember that flickered, that faded away. You were the summer, I was that same old shit in me. Now you're gone, and I'm losing my mind, losing my mind, losing my mind. Now you're gone. Why did you cut me up, bring me out, and leave me high and dry? Now you're gone. truck, but she lets me pick her up when we're going dancing. My heart stops beating when my headlights shining on her. She's my country girl. I couldn't tell you what she's doing with me. She's so damn out of my league. She's a little bit crazy on the weekends, dancing in her red dress, and I love the way she looks in my eyes. And I'm feeling like midnight's getting closer, and I just wanna hold her in my arms till the sun comes up. She's a little bit country. Yeah, she's my country girl. She's a little bit country. Yeah, she's my country girl. She can let her hair down, but got her feet on the ground. I can't get enough of her. She can drive me so wild, just with that sweet smiling. There's nobody else for me. My heart starts racing every time I'm looking at her. She's my country girl. I couldn't tell you what she's doing to me. She's so damn out of my league. She's a little bit crazy on the weekends, dancing in her red dress, and I love the way she looks in my eyes. And I'm feeling like midnight's getting closer, and I just wanna hold her in my arms till the sun comes up. She's a little bit country. Yeah, she's my country girl. She's a little bit country. Yeah, she's my country girl. Guitar. Yeah. All right. Wouldn't lie to you. Doesn't matter what I do. She's got a hold on me. Ha. She's a little bit crazy on the weekends, dancing in her red dress, and I love the way she looks in my eyes. And I'm feeling like midnight's getting closer, and I just wanna hold her in my arms till the sun comes up. She's a little bit country. Yeah, she's my country girl. She's a little bit country. Yeah, she's my country girl. Right now it's all falling apart. Right now you don't know where to start. Right now the walls are caving in. Right now you don't know where to begin. Right now you're searching high and low. And right now you don't know where to go. Right now you hear the thunder roar. Right now it feels like you lost the war. Call on me, I'll hold you when you cry.
All right, we have finished our second. Is that our second one? I think that was our second. Our second focus session. I'm gonna say, wait, is it? Hold on. Yeah, it's our second one. 5 out of 6. Okay. See, this is how much I need more caffeine. That Rock, you when you forget things. When you forget things. How you doing, Rock? You all right? Glad to see you. So, my friends, we have finished our second focus session. Hold on, I got an itchy nose. I am currently formulating the rest of chapter 3 of my book. I've, so far this afternoon, I have figured out that, hold on, where are the Sims? Hello, Sean. Oh, Sean's over there. It's fine. But yes, so far, I have figured out that chapter 3 needs to have a total of 4 sections. So I've done the first section of the book, of the chapter, sorry, already. I need to do the next 3 sections, which will probably take, another however long. It's slow going, but I'm getting there. So yeah. My next step, since I've got my sections down, how many sections are going to be in chapter 3. Ooh, tea. Thank you very much. Since I figured that out, I also have tea, thanks to my housemate. Then, yeah, I need to start, coming up with what section 2, as in, like, I need to do a little bit of research and find out what I need to put in section 2, chapter 3. We'll get there. It's fine. Rock, I'm just as forgetful as you are. This is very true. This is definitely true. Opting, thank goodness the focus time is up. You almost had a moment of clarity there and it scared you. Why would it scare you, Opting? Why would a moment of clarity scare you? I have moments of clarity at least, once a day. Not very good clarity, but still. That right there is Rock's moment of clarity. Opting, it's been so long and strange things are scary. True. Very, very true. But what about Stranger Things? If strange things are scary, what are Stranger Things? Astana, you really want to write a book. You're yearning for fiction. Do it. Do it, Astana. Write that book. Augie's writing a book. I'm writing a book. If Augie and I can write a book, you can write one too. Ruck, you didn't hear the Pogger that time, but you heard it earlier when it was at the same time as the music. That's because I turned down the music really low while I'm chatting, so that the music doesn't get too loud. Here, there we go. I can turn it up a little. I can turn the music up a little bit louder though, if y'all really want me to. Opting, you watched most of the first episode of that show twice. It never took. I watched the first season of Stranger Things, and I liked the first season. The second season, I just lost interest in. My housemate and I were watching it together. Rock, does the volume of the music control the volume of the Pogger? Yes, because it's the volume slider that I'm using is it controls all of my browser. So the music is playing through the browser, and the command sounds are through the browser. So when I turn one down, it all gets turned down. So there you go. But yeah, my housemate and I, when Stranger Things first came out, we watched it together, and we watched the first season, loved it. We watched the second season. And by the midway point of the second season, I was like, meh. you know, we neither one of us were very enthusiastic about it, and we just kind of let it drop. We're just like, do you want to watch it? And I'm like, yeah, can we watch something else? So that's what we did. We went on to something. I can't remember what that something else was, but we moved on to something else. Rock all of the emotes, the G beeps, the screams, the pounding the keyboard, and the angry owo. You know, opting like a bowling ball full of lube. Sometimes you just have to let a show drop. Opting, why are you filling bowling balls full of lube? There's there's a potential story there. Opting, it's for the metaphor. Oh dear. Come on, Sean. Don't die, Sean. Death by climbing wall. Rock, what kind of metaphor is that? Astana, is it rusty blue or what? Rusty blue mailbox or blue rusty mailbox? It depends. It depends. Is the blue mailbox more rusty than it is blue, or is it more blue than it is rusty? If it's more rusty than blue, then it's a rusty blue mailbox. If it's more blue than rusty, then it's a blue rusty mailbox. Opting blue rusty mailbox unless the color of the mailbox is rusty blue. Asana, more blue, you had no idea that mattered. It doesn't really. Either one would probably work. But it's just how my brain works. So yeah, either one would probably work. Opting, so you know, it's a blue rusty mailbox. Would probably be more clear. Yeah. So yeah, go with blue rusty mailbox. Opting, you need to sand and paint your mailbox, Astana. Jeeves, and people say German is hard. I know, right? English is so confusing, man. English is very, very confusing. But there you are. You gotta love it. Astana, you're just grateful that the mailbox isn't actually real. Jeeves, there's a place in Northumberland called Bellingham. Yep, Bellingham. Yeah. There is. There are some really weird place names out there. It's pronounced Bellingham. Oh dear, because it's yeah, because the G and the H make a yeah. Okay, so do you all want to hear some really weird British place names? Do you? Of course you do. Why wouldn't you want to hear some really weird place names? Okay, so in Dorset, there is a town called Shitterton. Often, what kind of a question is that? Of course we do. Yes. So yes, in Dorset, there's a town called Shitterton. In East Yorkshire, there's a village called Wetwang. In Cumbria, there's a market town in the Lake District called Cockermouth. In as Jeeb says, there's actually two places called Twat. One is in Orkney and one is in Shetland. Rock, the weirdest place name of all time, probably has to go to that place in Wales that I'm not trying to pronounce. Yes. So in Dorset, there's another place called Scratchy Bottom, which is located near Dirtle Door. Jeeves, do they both have a twat church? I don't know. But possibly. You never know. I'm guessing both places have a church, so. In the West Midlands, there is a town called Bell End. In Hampshire, there is a holiday centre in the New Forest called Sandy Balls. Jeeves, don't forget about Cockermouth. Yep, Cockermouth, Cumbria in the Lake District. Already mentioned that one. Astana, you've got a place named Fart Bay. Lovely. A village near Huddersfield in Yorkshire is called Netherthong. In Dorset, along the River Piddle, is a town called Piddlehinton. And there's also a small settlement in Aberdeenshire called Broken Wind. And that's just scraping the iceberg, so to speak. Because in Gloucestershire, we have Upper and Lower Swell. In Leicestershire, there's Sheepy Magna. In Devon, there's a place called Crapstone. In Wales, you've got Three Cocks. In Cornwall, you have Come to Good. There's No Man's Land in Wiltshire. Curry Mallet in Somerset. Upton Snodsbury in Worcestershire. Giggleswick in North Yorkshire. And Crackpot also in North Yorkshire. Rock. It's spelt COMETOGOOD. With a dash between the words. So COME-TO-GOOD. There you go. Opting, you've got a Crotch Lake. You gotta love it. Rock, also fucking Austria, now spelled with a PH, yep. Now, if you want to go with my old home state in the United States, Missouri, which is where I used to live. Rock, tell me if you've heard of these. Please, tell me if you've heard of these, Rock. In Columbus, Ohio, there's a street called Cummington Place, yeah. Okay, are we ready, Rock? You gotta tell me if you recognize any of these. These are all town names in Missouri. Tightwad. Peculiar. Astana, you've got a Hell as well. Yeah. There's a famous roadside tourist attraction in Missouri called Uranus. Then there's a town called Licking, which a lot of my family used to live in Licking. A town named Cooter. Climax Springs. Not even kidding. Climax Springs, Missouri. Then there's Butts, Missouri. Conception Junction. Devil's Elbow, which is a sharp turn in the Big Piney River. Knob Lick, Missouri. Success, Missouri, which is an unincorporated community. Rocky Comfort. A small town in Osage County called Useful. Opting Conception Junction, what's your function? Rock, you've not really heard of any of these? No, they're actually crazy. Licking, Missouri is near St. Clair, and like I said, a lot of my family used to live there, so that one's not a surprise to me. What did I say? Oh yeah, Bourbon, Missouri. Everyone's heard of that. It's named after bourbon whiskey, you know. Crève Coeur, which is French for broken heart. Rock Conception Junction sounds like Junction from Fortnite. And there's loads of other places that I can think of in Missouri. Like, Missouri has a Japan. There's a Mexico in Missouri. There's let's see. I want to say, let me see if I can look it up. No, there actually isn't. Okay. There is a Egypt, Missouri as well. And there's also in Missouri a town called Nevada, but it's actually pronounced Nevada, not Nevada. But most people call it Nevada because that's how it's spelled. There's another town called Versailles, but it's not actually pronounced Versailles in Missouri. It's pronounced Versailles. And finally, there's an El Dorado Springs, Missouri. But again, Missourians being Missourians, it's not pronounced El Dorado, it's pronounced El Dorado. So, there you go. Rock, Hopton, what's Fortnite? It's a thing that happens every 2 weeks. Astana, there's a street in Oslo named Sexes Street. No joke. Oh dear. Rock, El Dorado sounds wrong. I know, right? So does Versailles, to be honest. Opting, the marketing department really needs to talk to the the Versailles department. I love it. I love it. Yeah. Missouri is an interesting state. Let's just say that right there. All right. Right then, my friends, shall we continue with our next focus session? This is actually going to be our last focus session for this afternoon because we are running out of time. So let's get things done. Rock, what about the place named Polgar? That's just a place in your brain, Rock. Polgar is a state of mind, not a particular location. So there you go. Right, let's get this done. I'll catch you all in 20 minutes.
You close, maybe hold your hand a little while.
Somehow I know you're gonna be the girl that I'll end up calling my own. We ride around in style, sleeves rolled up, glasses on. And then you make that smile and my heart starts racing when I'm with you. You, when I'm with you. Can't get enough of this, being with you, it's like never-ending sunshine. Feels like everything stops for a while when we look into each other's eyes. How could I ever let you go now when you're looking like that? Can't get enough of this, being with you, it's a never-ending sunshine. You got your high heels on, and I'm wearing my worn-out jeans. What could go wrong? Sitting on a beer, sing along to our favorite songs. All I want is you. You make my world spin round and round. Sometimes I don't know what to do, 'cause my heart starts racing when I'm with you. Can't get enough of this, being with you, it's like never-ending sunshine. Feels like everything stops for a while when we look into each other's eyes. How could I ever let you go now when you're looking like that? Can't get enough of this, being with you is a never-ending sunshine. A never-ending sunshine. You know I want you close, maybe hold your hand a little while. Somehow I know you're gonna be the girl that I'll end up calling my own. Can't get enough of this, being with you is like never-ending sunshine. Feels like everything stops for a while when we look into each other's eyes. How could I ever let you go now when you're looking like that? Can't get enough of this, being with you is a never-ending sunshine. Never-ending sunshine.
I go straight from the bank, gassing up the tank, cranking up the radio, playing old Hank. It ain't that long till I'm back at the pond. I'm pulling up the truck down at the dock. It's time to do some cruising, baby, get a little stuck. It's a Saturday joyride, Percy Feast is the spot. We're on a boat, we're feeling fine. Drinking Tennessee whiskey, a big blue sky. We're going up, we're coming down. crazy nights. Figure I should probably give it a try. Maybe check it out, see what it's all about. But the traffic was fast and the money was slow. The people I met you never get to know. I kinda miss this place I used to live back home. 'Cause up here it's breakneck, paycheck, rat race, what's next? I'm tired of feeling like a small fish in a big pond. I think I'll go back where I came from, where everybody knows my name. My friends are still the same. I guess the slow life hit me just right, like a bonfire on a cold night. Hell, and you can keep your 9 to 5. Happy with the simple life. Yeah, I ain't here to try to change your mind. I'm trying to save you time, in case you're thinking about breaking out the bucket list. Girl, you can skip this funny business. 'Cause up there it's complicated and overrated. Down here everything is understated. That's alright by me. I got everything that I need, but there is breakneck, paycheck, rat race, what's next? I'm tired of feeling like a small fish in a big pond. I think I'll go back where I came from, where everybody knows my name. All my friends are still the same. I guess the slow life hit me just right, like a bonfire on a cool night. Yeah, you can keep your 9 to 5, 'cause I'm happy with the simple life. Tired of feeling like a small fish in a big pond. I think I'll go back where I came from, where look out across the water, I smell the song and feel the breeze. But in my heart I hear the calling of my old home, Tennessee. We don't know where these rivers flow, or why the wind chooses when and where to blow. The sun is gonna rise each and every time, but I've still got Tennessee on my mind. From Reaper's Fork to Watertown, and maybe Johnson City or Memphis bound. No matter where I go, no matter what I see, I still hear the calling of Tennessee. And who we to know where these rivers flow, or why the wind chooses when and where to blow. The sun is gonna rise each and every time, and I've still got Tennessee on my mind. I miss the smoke on the Cumberland and the fireflies at midnight, and the color of the leaves in the fall. Who are we to know where these rivers flow, or why the wind chooses when and where to blow? The sun is gonna rise each and every time, and I've still got Tennessee on. Yeah, I've still got Tennessee on my mind. Yeah.
Colors of white and gray behind an empty space. Can't always tell what you're thinking, but now it ain't the same. On and on we said with us forever. You take me to the moon, but you never do. Seasons of sunshine and thunderstorms.
All right, my friends, that is our third and final focus session of the day. How are you all getting on? Um, tomorrow. Tomorrow I will start section 2. I've got all my notes. It didn't take very long because it's going to be a pretty short section, but I've got all my notes compiled. I just need to, get it all done. But we will get there. So in case you're wondering, Mirror, what are you doing? The answer to that is pretty simple. I'm going through here and I'm making sure that everything in the house is okay. That's what I'm doing right now. Making sure that nothing's broken, making sure that all the paintings have been sold, and all of that wonderful stuff, just to make sure that we're all good for tomorrow's live stream. Tomorrow's Tuesday, by the way. We are having a live stream tomorrow. 10 a.m. UK time to noon UK time. And then 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. UK time. Another Work With Me live stream with Sims 4 running in the background. And us getting work done. McLeod, hello. Focusing isn't going well today. It is Monday, though, McLeod. It is Monday. Also, how are you doing? Hope you're doing all right. Freebird, hello. Nice vibe. You're glad you caught the live. Oh, thank you so much for dropping in. I appreciate it. How are you doing? And I really appreciate the nice words. I do try to have a nice vibe. We're pretty chill here. We do have some, shall we say, inappropriate adult conversations sometimes, but like making fun of place names, like Licking in Missouri. Because you gotta make fun of town names every once in a while, it's just fun and silly. But there you go. And McLeod, you're doing well. Glad to hear it. Astana, you can't promise you'll be awake. That's okay, Astana. At 10 o'clock in the morning, UK time, I'm barely awake myself. So it's absolutely fine. McLeod, we do have interesting conversations. Yes, we do. Pretty much anything goes on this channel as far as conversations. Within reason, we gotta stick within YouTube and Twitch TOS. So, Freebird, you've been setting up for your own stream later. Town names are hilarious sometimes. Oh, yes, 100%. I love that. It's like, Missouri is very conservative, like ultra-religious conservative Christianity over there. Predominantly. And the place names, I'm like, either the people who came up with those names were super, super innocent, or nowhere near as innocent as as they want other people to believe, It's just so much fun. So my friends, I think our house is doing really well here. We're all right. Let me save the game. And of course, it is the end of today's live stream, but I hope you've all had a wonderful time. I will see you all tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. UK time, and again to noon. We do 2 hours, 3 days a week. So 10 a.m. to noon UK time, which is like 2 a.m. Central Time. I do apologize for the earliness if you're living in North America, And then again from 2 p.m. UK time to 4 p.m. UK time, which it is 10 past 4 now. I'm always running late. It's fine. We never end on time here. But it's part of the fun. And both times, Sims 4 in the background will be probably talking about the update tomorrow, to be honest. Because The Sims 4 is going to be updating at some point tomorrow, probably around 6 p.m. UK time. That's usually the time they drop the update. So we'll probably be talking about that. I will once again run you through the safe way to update your game, just because I don't want any of y'all saves to break. So I try to do good in this community and make sure that y'all have the information that you need, Freebird, you have a wonderful day as well. Yes, there is a hole in Michigan. Yes. I visited there once. Quite a nice place. McLeod, you met someone from Weir Piddle. Oh dear. And yes, you did laugh. Updating 86% mortality is really good, according to Mirror. What? They're alive. Sort of. Kind of. They'll get there again, Thanks to the Sims rebirthing mechanic. They'll come back. Astana, who is alive? Sean. Sean the wolf is still alive in our house. So Astana, the people with hand to oh yeah, in the game. In the game, Astana, in the game. McLeod, 10 a.m. is early for you. I mean, if there are days where I'm not awake like fully until noon, so it's good, it's fine, it's great. Freebird, update fatigue and stress is real, 100%. And the fact that they update the game, or they've been updating the game, fixing bugs once a month is just especially if you have a lot of mods. Oh my god. I only have like a dozen mods. I don't know how people who have like 100 or more mods copes with each update. I just really, really don't. Anyway, I need to go. My son's going to be home from college any minute now. So please, my friends, stay safe, stay hydrated. Thank you all so much for being here with me today. I'll see you all tomorrow. Take care. Bye. I could easily sit here and chat for another half hour. Y'all know me. Anyway, bye. Or, actually, I could... No, I'm kidding. Bye. For real this time.